Hello, it's Monday. I thought I would check in, start the week with some good news. I just, moments ago, finished If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. What an exceptional book. Oh my goodness. I didn't know what to expect heading into this necessarily. I sort of knew roughly what it was about, but I wasn't quite prepared for like the emotional journey that this book went on and like just dealing with what womanhood looks like, what sort of coming of age but like later can look like, because I think that's sort of the story for a lot of the women in this book. So the book is about four young women who are basically coming of age and finding their places in the world. They have had troubled family lives leading up to their place in their lives right now. A number of them were sort of orphaned and lived together at an orphanage. And then there was one character who is a married woman who lives in the same building as these other four. And I sort of there wasn't like a whole lot of overlap between the four girls and this woman until right at the end. And I think that was a really interesting confluence of events that brought them together, entwined their stories. It was so good. Talked a lot about sort of societal expectations, about trying to fit in, and then about how life just looks different for everybody, even though you may be trying to physically look like everyone else, which I thought was a really cool statement to consider. This is going to be getting rated very highly. I think probably 5 stars, let's be honest. And I'm very excited to have this one finished. This was an excellent read, and I'm gonna highly recommend it to anyone who wants to read something different. I have never seen a book like this. I have never seen a story like this. And honestly, I think it was just exceptionally done top to bottom. So definitely check that out. Next, I finally have my hands on Perfect on Paper. It is downstairs right now, otherwise I would show you. So I have that. I'm going to be starting that probably tonight. I should probably consider eating at some point because I've been ignoring that part of my day. Yeah, then we will see how quickly Perfect on Paper goes. And then once that is done, we can move on to Manhunt. And then if those 2 books wrap up in a reasonably short amount of time, I can maybe still get to Six of Crows this month, which I think would be lovely for me. I think that is all that I have for you right now. I am filming sort of between bouts of excessive rain. It's been extremely loud in my house today just because we're in the middle of June, and if you've ever been to Calgary in June, you know that this is our rainy season. And the last day and a half has just been like torrential downpour. Anyway, I'm gonna go make dinner and start a new book, and we'll see where that gets me. See you in the next clip. Hello. It has been so many days. I haven't checked in with you since I think Monday. It's been a long week. I honestly don't even know what I told you last. I think I mentioned that I finished If I Had Your Face. In the meantime, you can probably tell by my outfit that I just finished the A to Z tag video, A to Z tag video. I will link that up in the cards somewhere for you so that you can go ahead and watch that if you haven't yet. It was a very fun time. You get to see me run all the way around this library and pull out interesting and unique books for you to look at and for me to ramble about and for me to out myself on a number of things book related. It's a good time. I have started Perfect on Paper. So far, so good. I am put off, as I usually am with YA, by the YA voice. I don't love it. It's a little on the nose, I think, is the thing I don't like about YA literature, is just that the prose is a little bit too surface level, I guess. And especially, like, this one is first person. First persons can be a little bit cringy, which I don't say lightly, considering I did just finish If I Had Your Face, and that whole book was in first person. So I'm not saying that first person sucks, but I'm saying that first person does have the ability to suck if not handled correctly, and I think that is what is happening. It's not necessarily what's happening in this book, it's just that's how I'm reading it. So this is a me versus YA conundrum that has been sort of my thing to complain about forever and a day. So this is definitely on me. That said, so far I am not disappointed in the story. I can tell that this main character is going to be making some of the moral choices that or has already made these choices, I'm not sure, that I have been told that she is going to or has made. Doesn't surprise me. She kind of sucks as a person. Shouldn't say that about a teenager, but she's not real, so it's fine. Buddy boy here also kind of sucks. He's rich, and it shows. So far, Brooke over here on the end is flawless. We love her. We stan. She works at a makeup counter, which means a friend after my own heart. I used to want to be a makeup artist, so, like, I find anybody who has anything even tangentially to do with makeup to be a kindred spirit, so love her. Yeah, main character, Darcy, not a fan so far. Hoping for a good redemption arc, probably. After the whole revelation of what she did wrong, that was sort of spoiled for me in someone else's video, and, like, I'm fine with that. Typically, I don't really care about spoilers. Simply because I am so late to the game on absolutely everything that it is a little bit, you know, rude of me to care about spoilers when I'm so far behind anyway. I would love to say that my plan for tonight is to read this, but realistically, I think my plan for tonight is to go on TikTok for a few hours and then sleep. And then I'm gonna be reading this tomorrow, editing my video tomorrow, the A to Z tag, which you will have already seen and which you have already seen linked in the cards for your viewing pleasure. We're going to be editing that, and then I am going to a boxing match tomorrow. My friend is a boxer, and she is getting to fight tomorrow, and it's open to the public with appropriate payment and food bank donations, of course. So my partner and I and whoever else I can possibly wrangle to come with us are going to go to that and cheer her on. Anyway, I've been rambling on about things that are not book related for far too long, so on to the next clip. Good morning. It's Friday. It's first thing in the morning and I am so tired. I spent like 4 hours crocheting last night because I found this pattern for a really cute like crop top that I could actually scale up to my size relatively easily. So that's what I've been working on. I'll show you that when it's done. I need coffee in a bad way. And I found on Instagram last night a recipe, like a Starbucks how to order recipe for a French toast iced shaken espresso. So I'm gonna take that and do a riff on it here in my kitchen because I have enough things to do that with. So that's what I'm gonna do right now and you get to watch. So, all right. So, starting off with a glass of ice. Now this is supposed to be a shaken iced espresso. I need to get through my cold brew, so I'm using cold brew instead. About halfway with the ice. Now, he asks for 2 pumps of cinnamon dolce syrup, which I do not have, but I do have a sugar-free cinnamon vanilla, which is pretty heavy on the because of just how this syrup is, I need to use a lot more than 2, or because of how this pump is, this is a soap pump, that I just decided to put syrup in instead of soap. I'm gonna need a lot more than 2 pumps. I'm probably going to go for 10. The pump volume on this is extremely small, so it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna grab a small spoon. And he asks for a packet of Splenda. I used up my last packet yesterday, but I've got a jar of Swerve. So I'm just gonna take my tiny little, this is about the size of my teaspoon face for scale. So I'm just gonna use a spoon of that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna stir in those two things right off the cuff. It just looks like a cup of coffee at the moment. We're working on it. Then he asks for almond milk. Don't have almond milk, but I do need to finish up my oat milk. So that is what I am choosing to use for this. I've successfully finally used up my oat milk. And then he wants you to top with cinnamon powders. And apparently this is gonna taste like French toast. Even though I have subbed basically everything. But rather than pay like $6 Canadian for it, it's free. Because I made it in my own kitchen. So that doesn't look too bad, hey? Little like, well, okay, the milk looks a little bit pixelated on the camera, but like, it's fine, promise, okay. Oh shit. I just found my new favorite drink. I'm gonna be a monster now and just mash that all together. So it's like one homogeneous coffee now. Holy crap, that's really good. Cheers. All right, well, thank you for coming with me on this coffee adventure. I hope that was exciting for you. I have no books to talk about today because I didn't read since the last time we spoke. It's gonna be fine. I'm hoping for some time to read Perfect on paper today. And then, as I said, the plan is to go to a fight tonight, so I'm really excited about that. This coffee slaps. Oh, this is so tasty. Go make this. Go make this. I'll put the recipe up here somewhere for you, and we can just hang out and look at it for long enough for you to screenshot it. You got it? Cool. I will see you in the next clip. Hello. It is Sunday. We haven't talked a lot this week. Yeah, I have just not been feeling very well this week. I've been like extremely exhausted and just in need of a bit of a break. So I have actually taken Monday, which is tomorrow, off. So I'm gonna be taking the extra time to sleep, to rest, take care of myself. So what have I been up to this week? Not a lot of reading. I did, as I have mentioned, start Perfect on paper. It's not sucking me in as much as I had hoped. I think for all of my efforts, I'm only on page like 82. And sort of, I guess the inciting incident has just happened, which is juicy and very fun. What's getting me about this book is that I kind of just hate all of the characters, like as people. The guy in this book is a piece of garbage, just straight up. Not a very nice dude, quite entitled, extremely rich, comes from like a bad home situation. His mom is, you know, seeing special friends while his dad is out, so clearly we're having a bit of a situation with him. But that does not excuse bad behavior, and he's very poorly behaved. So like, we've got that going on, and then the main character, Darcy, is very full of herself. Like, she's a lot better than, like I think she and the male character, Broem, are like foiling each other in a way. Like they're both quite full of themselves, but in different ways. Like, she is very full of herself in the way that she is able to justify everything that she's doing by just like explaining it away. And then she's kind of basically playing God with people's love lives. She's making poor life choices. She recognizes that they're poor life choices, but then she kind of like explains it away again. So it's very much like the rules don't apply to me kind of vibes. So don't like her, don't like him. The friend, Brooke, is lovely. We haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of her in the 82 pages that we have read, but she is lovely, and I understand why Darcy would like her. I'm currently in a place where I'm wondering whether or not I'm gonna finish this book. It's like, after having waited for it for so long, I kind of don't want to DNF it, but like, I'm also just, like, frankly, I'm bored reading this, honestly. Like, I sort of was afraid of this because it's YA, and YA I typically find quite boring. Yeah, so we'll see. Good things about this book, though. I don't think I have ever seen as diverse of a queer cast as I see in this book. Like, I think the only person who I think might be explicitly straight is Broem. I think he's straight. It hasn't actually been explicitly stated, but like, yeah, he's got straight boy vibes. Anyway, our main character is bisexual. Her best friend slash love interest is lesbian. Her sister is trans. And we've got the queer and questioning club that she's part of. And so everybody in that club is some various assorted brand of queers. Extremely diverse cast. Love this for that reason. It's sort of, you know, like, books these days kind of make me a little bit sad that we didn't talk about this more, even when I was in high school. And I was only in high school, like, a little more than 10 years ago. Like, I didn't have the space or, like, the tools to kind of figure out what my sexuality was until I was well into university and well into my relationship with my my first, current, and only partner, who is a straight man. Love the queer representation in here. Don't like the main character. Don't like one of the two main side characters. I'm gonna keep trying. I think I've had this for a week, so I've got 2 more weeks to finish it before I have to give it back to the library, and then I can read Manhunt once this is done, and I think Manhunt's gonna be a lot better. I think I will leave it there today. Thank you again so much for joining me. You can follow me on all of my social media at Ink and Fig. I'm especially active over on Instagram, so highly recommend following me over there. Give this video a like, comment, a little rain cloud emoji, because I definitely jinxed the weather last time by asking for sunshine emojis, and it has been raining all week like you would not believe. We have made it through and it seems to be sunny today, which is good because we're having a Father's Day barbecue today. Anyway, comment me a little rain cloud down below, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, because we have more videos, more fun coming at you every week, I promise, even though this was a bit of a slow one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.